Just as I'd done a film review that was completely in French, even if it was a bit rusty for Titan, I am doing one now for Last Night in Soho, which is a film that I saw that has been getting a lot of praise. Edgar Wright's a very good filmmaker. This is not his strongest work, I have to admit, but I certainly got a lot out of it. That sort of strong giallo influence that was very present, especially toward the end, in the middle of the film, and also the relatability of the character played by Thomasin McKenzie, who unfortunately can't really do a West Country dialect, but at least she tries her best as she patrols around through this part of London that I have actually been to. The BBFC, of course, very interesting place. There's also a lot of sex shops and strange clubs and Chinese restaurants that's also nearby there too. I think if this movie was set in the 1990s or 2000s, it would probably have a bit more of an emotional grip for me, but they did a very good job encapsulating the horrors of nostalgia, rape culture and sexual exploitation, and exploring those very fears in making this sort of horror film that is definitely not like any film that he's done. This is not a comedy. This is very much what would happen if you mix Perfect Blue and a few moments of Baby Driver here and there, put in a live action format, you get something that looks a lot like this. It definitely reminded a lot of Perfect Blue, which was a film I couldn't watch as a kid because it was an 18, even though it was animated from Japan. But I really wanted to see it, and they showed ads for it on U-Direct, which is a pay-per-view service. It does a lot like Sky Box Office. Overall, I thought, the backstory surrounding the Eloise character played by Mackenzie was the winning moment, and also Anya Taylor-Joy's big red eyes. Very stunning to look at, even though, she dyed her hair blonde, which I think in brunette form it's more eye-appealing. I'm trying to do her sort of wide-eye appearance, but it's a little hard to do. And I don't want to be considered racist by doing the slant thing, so I'm just going to let you put that into judgment there. But overall, I was definitely surprised by it all. It wasn't as great as Hot Fuzz or Scott Pilgrim, A Baby Driver, but that's fine by me. He made a very good effort nonetheless, even if the ending and some of the story mechanics weren't quite to my liking. My friend liked it a lot more than I has. He's been milking over this like he was a cow. Oh! It's an 18 certificate, but surprisingly it doesn't go as graphic as I thought it could have been. The reason why it got it maybe because it's just some graphic footage within the context of sexual threat. Kind of like Gone Girl. They got an 18 because of a technicality sort of matter. And there's also some C words, about 3 or 4 uses of it, which is the strongest word in the English language. So, there you have it. I don't think it's going to beat Censor to it, which is another film that uses giallo influences and has sort of very moody atmosphere and quite paranoid. Similar sort of themes going on at places, but not quite the same thing. But, we'll wait and see. I still got Flea and Passing and Les Sommets de Dieu to see as well. And Benedetta. So, keep your ears peeled. Skinny, but signing off until next time. Keep on watching. And Edgar Wright, we need to talk about your music collection. You completely amaze me sometimes, especially with World's End. I honestly couldn't believe I was listening to. Makes me nostalgic. Really does. Not Soho, but World's End, in case he's watching this.